Relations team, and I'm here today with Rachel Benson-Monroe from Meta. We wanted to talk a little bit about health at every size and how the health at every size movement is very complementary to eating disorder treatment and care and to eating disorder recovery.
Well, in our last talk, we shared the 5 principles of health at every size, and so we strongly encourage you to check that out as well as research that on the Association for Size Diversity and Health website. But it's been really wonderful to see how folks who are trying to recover from eating disorders can utilize the concepts of health at every size as a way to realize that diets do not work, and that when we operate from a mindset that we have to manipulate our body size and to be worthy people, that is not helpful in eating disorder recovery. And the concept of health at every size, weight inclusivity, joy enhancing movement, health enhancing practices, respectful care are all really lovely complements to the work of eating disorder recovery.
And eating for well-being. So if you look at those principles, they're really aligned with eating disorder treatment. It seems pretty obvious, but the commonalities are really striking. You know, we look at helping people on the road to eating disorder recovery understand that food is an integral part of having a healthy relationship with the world and with your body, and nourishment is really key and really important, and that we move away from these sort of rigid food rules and this idea that we can control our body shape and size by following these rigid external rules, and more into a frame of learning to eat intuitively, learning to tap into your hunger and fullness cues, learning to appreciate what your body can do and what feels good in regards to movement instead of punishing your body for what it ate. So those are all principles that are talked about really frequently in eating disorder treatment and eating disorder recovery communities, and they are so ingrained in the health at every size movement. I think it's important to make that connection for people and realize that the health at every size movement can be a fantastic resource, both for eating disorder treatment providers and for people working towards recovery or in recovery to kind of help support that and to help support others who are on that road as well.
Absolutely. And one thing that's really challenging about eating disorder recovery is that we are asking our clients and our patients to feed themselves well and really recover into a world that is very diet obsessed and that is very thin centric and very size obsessed. And so health at every size can really assist with that, because it's these concepts that we don't have to live this way. We don't have to live in a diet centered world. We don't have to live in a world dictated by numbers on a scale or size on a pair of pants, that we can tap into our inner cues. And health at every size can be helpful in recovery, because when you are in eating disorder recovery, your size may change. And the fact that we can learn how to accept our size and accept our bodies for what they are and what they can do can be so useful, especially in those tough stages when you're trying to release the eating disorder and it's really, really hard to do it.
And anyone who's either worked in the eating disorder world or who has struggled with an eating disorder is well aware of the component of body image work that is done as a part of that. And it's incredibly challenging to move past these messages that Rachel was talking about that we're all faced with every day. And health at every size is really meant to be looked at as a paradigm shift away from the weight loss culture that we're all sort of inundated with every day. And it can be incredibly helpful for those working towards recovery to immerse themselves in that culture. And it's really out there, and we want to kind of share some resources with people about where you can find more people who are into health at every size, who talk about it, who promote it, who promote body diversity and intuitive eating. Social media.
It's such a community. We know that eating disorder recovery has to be done in community and connection with others. And social media can be such an effective way, not just to engage in eating disorder recovery, but also in health at every size. So there are Instagram accounts F your body standards. Now go on a positivity pride. You can follow Meta, you can follow Walden. Facebook has health at every size therapists and nutritionists. It has health at every size and eating disorder recovery groups where people are in real time engaging with how do I incorporate health at every size into my life right here, right now.
And I think what's really great about it is you can look at Instagram accounts of people of all different body shapes and sizes who have fashion blogs and are doing all sorts of really fabulous things with their outfits and with their vacations and their travel blogs, and it's visual representation of diverse body sizes, and it really is, I think, one of the most important things you can do when you're working on your body image is to increase your awareness of diverse body shapes and sizes being around you, being normalized, having fun, looking fabulous, wearing fantastic clothing, going on fantastic vacations, and moving away from this sort of saturated culture we have of only showing certain people in thinner bodies doing those things or wearing those clothes.
What are the best airlines for people who have large body sizes? What are the best clothing stores to shop at? What are the best fitness facilities or types of movement that are most accepting and welcoming of all different body sizes?
Where can you find a yoga instructor who knows how to work with someone with a bigger body without making them feel out of place? All sorts of fantastic stuff. So as far as eating disorder recovery goes, we talk so much about how social media can be problematic, and it can be in many ways. People are comparing themselves, they're looking at these media messages that are still very much a part of diet culture, and we have to be really careful about social media. But I think to shift the perspective and also understand that it can be a tool that can be used in a really positive way is helpful, because the reality is that social media is here to stay, and we're not really going to get people to be able to tune it out completely.
And it's accessible. If you have access to the internet, and you can do that at free public libraries, you can access these health at every size and size positive, size inclusive communities, which might be hard for someone who's still grappling with the way their body is in the world and their relationship with their body. Sometimes it can be that doing it from the safety of your cell phone or a computer screen can be a way to engage.
So we're going to wrap this up. I think we just want to mention a couple people that if you're interested in learning more, we'd like to recommend that you check out. There is a website called The Body Is Not an Apology. That's Sonia Renee Taylor. She is a phenomenal woman who is so full of energy and a fantastic resource for working towards body acceptance.
Reagan Chastain has the most fabulous blog called Dances with Fat. She is an incredible advocate, fat activist, athlete, marathoner, professional dancer, and all around awesome person.
Lisa Dubril is a provider in Massachusetts, local to us, and Rachel and I both consider Lisa a friend, who does fantastic work and speaks on this topic at a number of different places.
She's an addiction and eating disorder specialist who is a real expert in health at every size and size acceptance, size diversity.
And if you're interested in more resources, reach out, let us know. We can steer you towards yoga teachers and Facebook groups and whatever else you'd like to know. But we just think that eating disorder recovery and the health at every size movement are a match made in heaven.